Buckeyes will kick it away to start us off. On the move from inside his 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. To throw, it's Carr. Pressure coming. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. He's got an open man. At the 45 on his way. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. He picked up a big chunk of yardage there, and there will be Irish jigs going in the stands.
And a lot of excitement. If they can find these down-the-field explosive plays and find a wide receiver out there they can depend on, this offense can really explode and take off to a new level.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Got a man, it's locked. There he goes. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another first down. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
And that touchdown just got this whole place going, didn't it? You got everybody doing the Irish jig. Touchdown, Jesus is happy. You got the leprechaun, he's dancing. The energy in this place right now is on another level after that score. No wonder this is such a tough place to come in and try to get a win on the road.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll bring it out. It's Graham. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Single back formation, and they give it to it. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And those body blows really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Got him down quickly after the pick, but man, do you have to take care of the ball down here, and they didn't. They'll mark it at the 27.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, this is where you go over the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
Here come the Irish, back on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Dropping back, it's Carr. Quick completion on the outright. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
He's looking to pass. Quickly complete. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
They keep pushing forward. Now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Irish!
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air, it's Ncaa. The short hands, it's Peoples. After the filthy move, he's got room. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
That's the way to open a drive. Now they'll put it in play just shy of midfield. To the air on first down. He'll take the deep shot. He's got it for a big play. Touchdown, Buckeyes. He got a step and just dusted the field.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. And he takes this from inside the 5. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Notre Dame 14, Ohio State 7.
So after the break, they'll go back to work. Back to throw, it's Carr. Got his man out of the backfield. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Tosses it incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Caught behind the line. It's Love. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The Irish facing quite a challenge here on 3rd and a mile. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. Oh, what a play. It's intercepted. He'll try to take it back. Inside the 10. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Ohio State. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. And after the extra point was good, it's even Steven here in the 2nd quarter. Fielded in the end zone, it's Price. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Nice catch there. You know, I think back to great Golden Domer wide receivers and Tim Brown, who won a Heisman, Rocket Ismail, obviously. How about Jeff Samardzija? There's a name you don't hear very much anymore, but he was awesome for Brady Quinn back in the day, and all those guys had the ability to win one-on-one. Their quarterbacks knew that if they had that matchup outside, they were going to take it, and I think this quarterback feels the same way about that guy. He is just so dynamic outside.
They'll run it from the gun. At the 40, there he goes. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the 2nd level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
To the air, it's Carr. Unloads to the wideout. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, he was trying to get his feet down. You saw a little toe tap action there, but ultimately it ends up being an incompletion.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. Got his man downfield. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that 1st down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
From the gun, running back on the move. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Let's it fly. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Fit it in the window for the score.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Graham. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Buckeyes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Looking to throw, it's Ncaa. Throwing right. He's got it. Oh, a lot of space. The 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Man, that is picture-perfect execution by this offense. That is how you close a half. Chewing up some time, getting in the end zone, a chance to tie this up and feel really good about yourself going into halftime.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their head. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside.
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. The Irish send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. To the air, it's Ncaa. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it on the right. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. I guess they're trying to send a message to start this second half, lined up for an onside kick. Don't think that one made it 10 yards before they got the eager paws on top of it, and the flags will fly. They were trying to steal a possession to draw a little closer in this game, but the ball didn't go 10 yards, so they'll take over the football with the lead. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And they take it in for 6 more points. A lot of glorious days in the history of the Buckeyes, and this might put this guy right at the top of the list for a single game.
And that list of names is incredible. Like, we could go down the list of so many guys that have been such great playmakers, so dynamic. So to think about putting yourself in that category, we're going to be talking about winning trophies and this guy being an All-American by season's end.
It's gone. It's gone. You niggas intense.
Coming out with it, it's Price. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it down in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Dropping back, it's Carr. Unloads it left. He makes the catch. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum. He's starting to get in touch with his inner Joe Montana as the Irish are moving the ball up top.
And I think that's always the question with the Irish every year is who's going to play quarterback. We know their brand and we know who they are, but are they going to get ballers at that position? Are they going to get a great Ian Book, a great Brady Quinn? That's the next step, and if they find that guy, Notre Dame can do everything they want to do and be great in college football.
Now on 2nd down. Back to pass. Gets it out fast. Oh, he's got some space. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. From the shotgun, the inside give. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down. They'll try to snap it quickly. They're throwing for it on 4th down. And make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football in this.
Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Ncaa. As we'll see, the number 16 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Wolverines will put total leather and we'll get started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And this one will be stopped for no gain. There's so many great rivalries in college football, guys, but I think this one, because of the disdain and the excellence, sort of rises to the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are great rivalries scattered all around this country. In-state rivalries, interconference rivalries, a great history, great pageantry. But I think what makes Ohio State versus Michigan unique is the fact that more often than not, these are two teams competing for national championships at the end of the year, and this game really does determine the national landscape.
And 19 national championships between the two teams. Late in the year, it always mattered. You go back to 2006, number 1 versus number 2. So always disdain, always hate. Don't even call each other by their names. Like, this rivalry means so much to college football.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Looking for a man. It's Ncaa. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, we know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
On 3rd down, going up top. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Well, they try to throw for it there on 3rd down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. He'll start this drive going to the air. And the defense making a play and getting a hand on that pass. These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself.
So much history, so much tradition. I mean, I can go back to 2006 when they were 1 and 2 in the country. You know, like, these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over the place. This is always a huge showdown.
And you think about some of the great coaches that have graced the sidelines in this rivalry. Bo Schembechler at Michigan and Woody Hayes at Ohio State. And it's amazing, in a conference full of trophy games, maybe the greatest rivalry doesn't even have one.
The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Fires to the wideout. Fires it incomplete. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. On the move, he fires. It's caught downfield. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect.
And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Oh, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Graham. He'll be out of bounds at the 23 after gambling and bringing it out of the end zone. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Dumps it to the back. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
Obviously not the start this quarterback was hoping for, guys. He's now 0 for 4 to start the game throwing it. He just can't seem to find a rhythm. He's not finding his receivers. I'm even wondering if he's seeing the field that well at all, but no surprise. When you start the game 0 for 4 at QB, you've got no points on offense.
Man, he was open. He had an opportunity. You just got to look that thing. A lot of times guys are catching it, and as they're catching it, you see their head start to turn to try to think about getting upfield, and they just lose that concentration for a second. Little missed opportunity there for this offense.
It'll be 3rd and long. Wants to throw. It's Sayed. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Finds the tight end. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. And the Buckeyes want to crank the tempo. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Gets drilled as he releases it, and the ball just trickles to the ground.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
Throws for the tight end. Intercepted deep in his own end. Taking it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
That's why as quarterbacks you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Buys a little time. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback here. He extends the play. Nothing open right away. There's a little bit of pressure. He gets to the outside, tries to take a shot down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
Oh, they're after him. Makes the catch at the 20. Touchdown, Ohio State. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
And the defense has got to be able to do a better job in their pass rush, guys. Quarterback had way too much time to survey the defense. And that receiver who lined up all the way on the right side, he was able to get way downfield and catch it all the way on the left side. And it's just too hard to cover a guy for that length of time. The pass rush has got to get better in this game.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. After that latest answer, tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Bringing it back. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. They use the end around. First play of the drive. That'll get the eyes moving. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I love the timing on the jet sweep there. The quarterback snapped it at the perfect moment. He can give it right away to the receiver to get outside, get around the defensive end, and start getting upfield.
Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Throws to the tight end. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, the offense is trying to get aggressive. They're trying to hit the corner route, but just better coverage on the back end by the defense knocking that one away.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Wolverines will try to pin them back with the punt. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Hey, you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Making side adjustments here. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Dances away. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6. Trying to pick up a first down. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. It's 3rd down, and they have to get it to the 42 to move the sticks. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Man, this QB is so dangerous. He can get outside the pocket, and right here you could tell he gets outside the pocket. Now I got to make some decisions, man. Do I want to go chase this guy? Do I play coverage? And that's why these mobile quarterbacks can really put you in a predicament. The defense won this battle, but that guy is so hard to corral.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The offense stays on the field despite the fact they've misfired on 2 4th-down attempts already. Can they change their luck? He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. Able to move the chains, and they still have a chance after picking up the first down. They're going to run it. He has the first and still on his feet. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. The Buckeyes pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. To the air, it's Ncaa. He's got the tight end. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
And you got to love the versatility of the big fella. You can put him in the box and let him block big defensive linemen, or you put him in the slot and you throw him the football and have success.
To the air on 2nd down. He caught it. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Really nice physical running that time. Nice push up front by the offensive line. Getting it in for the touchdown. They now take a 1-possession lead. There was just a little bit of time left in the first half.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They just finished off a 53-yard scoring drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Going downfield for the big play. Finds a spot down the gut of the knee. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Scanning the field, it's Underwood. Under fire. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver and they get to chase him. But really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
Got his man. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. The Buckeyes are in the hurry-up. Wants to go up top on first down. Deep shot for the end zone. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
Might be changing the route. 2nd and 10, he'll throw again. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Ohio State. Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a two-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executed beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. From the gun, give on the inside. He has an extensive juke library, and he exhausted it and still didn't pick up much. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Takes a hit as he fires. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Touchdown, Buckeyes! The defense putting points on the board. Look, a lot of time left. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Ncaa. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Clemson Tigers, taking on the 3rd-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. The running back looking for room. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down. And the Buckeyes in the hurry-up. The Buckeyes may be leaders in the modern game, but this has an old-school, vintage Buckeye feel to it when they move the ball on the ground.
And Ohio State's done it year after year, and it's player after player, but this university recruits at such an elite level. They find dudes, and it's easy to run the football when you've got some dudes.
Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. He's looking deep. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Touchdown, Ohio State. All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
A lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him. And the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. You can see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it out. It's Turner. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the right. Makes a connection. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Off the play fake. Bringing the heat. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Rushes on him. Catch in the middle. It's Randall. Terrific job not just settling for the negative play and getting it to the running back.
Yeah, and you're supposed to go through your progressions, and you're obviously going to tap down the field and make a big play, but a lot of times when you dump it off to the running back, he can make something happen. And you're right, get something positive out of it.
Going deep. Makes the grab at the 30. He's into the open down the middle. Touchdown, Tigers. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
Well, they worked the play action, and he had his guy outside one-on-one on the go route, and there was no question who was going to be getting the football on this one. Phenomenal job stacking the defender on the route. He gets in behind him, able to make the catch way down the field, and then run it in for the touchdown.
Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. From the gun, the ground game. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with second and short.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Buckeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. He leaves it with his back. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. It's Ncaa. Got it in the middle. It's Peoples. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. The Buckeyes look to keep this drive humming. To the air on first down. And he's feeling the heat, and he will go down. Final play of the first quarter, and not the way he wanted to end it. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle. It's Peoples. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
He might want another play. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Right down the middle. Pulls it in. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to fire. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Buckeyes! A great catch and run for 6. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skill players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
And he made the extra point without problem. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Randall. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. play of this drive will come from their own 23. Looking downfield, it's Klubnik. Here's a hit. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, because he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds. As long as it passes the line of scrimmage, we go on to the next down. No harm.
He lets one fly deep. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26. Looking downfield on first down. Got a man, it's Davidson. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. And the Tigers can really attack on this second and short. Caught in the backfield, it's Randall. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. Off play action. Fires to the right. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
Well, on third and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
Buys a little time with his feet. He's going to be run out of bounds, and he needed a couple of more steps. They'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Quarterback may change this route. Back to throw, it's Ncaa. That's caught. It's Peoples. He's knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 25. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Pocket breaking down. Holds it in down the middle.
Just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
Give to the back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking downfield, and time is running short. He's going up top. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a two-minute type situation as you can have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the finisher coming on that 42-yard touchdown toss. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Fair catch, called for and made. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Takes a handoff. It's Haynes. Nice move there. Picks up the first down, still moving. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Trying to get behind the defense. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. He's not afraid to go deep. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
Listen, end of the first half, that's exactly what you want to do. You don't care about the incompletion. You're chucking that thing up, trying to make a big play, trying to get the Hail Mary.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Now he's going to break the pocket. Going right and going deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Buckeyes will line up to kick off and start the second half. On the run from inside his own. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. Bounced right back to them.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to bounce back on that. And the head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
They'll open the second half with a run. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for room. It's Haynes. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And after your defense just went out there and gave them a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not in. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays to the passing game.
Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. On 4th down, looking for the completion. He's gonna fire deep. It's incomplete, but I don't think it's gonna matter. There's a flag at the line of scrimmage, and it looks as if the defense was offside. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Well, the upside is you could get a first down. The downside is you could blow the game going for it inside your own 30. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. And they can't connect. A costly turnover on downs.
Man, defensively, this is beautiful. You want them to be aggressive. You got to continue to get stops. You got the lead. Now you give the ball back to your offense again with a chance to salt this away here in the second half.
Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
It's a nice gain, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Grabbed over the middle. It's Peoples. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground, you're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Randall. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Starts a drive trying to go up top. And the quarterback This crowd loves a good pass rusher in the line of Chase Young, the Bosa's. Jim still wagging. The Buckeyes can get after the quarterback.
Yeah, and when the crowd's going nuts like it does in the shoe, it just makes it easier to rush the pass. The snap count is silent. It's predictable. And then you pin your ears back, and that's why they've had so many great pass rushers at Ohio State.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Looking to scramble. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And this defense is just simply not playing around. They've got a big lead, and they're not playing big prevent coverages, bend, don't break. They're just going to let this offense dink and dunk the ball down the field and waste time. Third play of the drive, they get a sack. They're staying aggressive, and they're getting after this quarterback.
So here they come going for it on fourth and long. The aftershocks of that earlier sack still reverberating. Throws to the wideout. He's got it, and more than enough for a first down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Hit as he throws. Got him downfield. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Expect some pressure coming from the blitz. Skips away from pressure. And the heat was all over him, and that's the way the third quarter will wrap up with a big sack. And a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. The play action fake. The pressure, and he feels the heat coming in and burns him up. Another sack.
I got to give this defense a lot of credit. They were very confident coming into this one, even though they were going up against one of the best quarterbacks in the entire country. They're confident because they believe in their ability to get to him, and they've been able to do that in this game. There's another sack.
Going for the big play. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
And that's just a... It's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Sends it back in motion. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Clemson.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Under fire. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs. Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see, the #3 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Buckeyes will boot it away to start the game. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? Off the play fake on first down to throw. Flips it out to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to pass. It's Manning. He's going for a big play downfield. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. With the catch, it's Moore. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Second down, he'll throw it. Fires to the big fella. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. The Longhorns come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. On third and short, the power run here. He's loose. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on third down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
Looking to the big tight end. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
And the Longhorns kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. He'll grab the throw to the sideline and step out of bounds after picking up a few.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Looking for the score. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down. You're likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing.
Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a third down stop. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. Oh, the fake. He's going to throw it. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, the offense lucky to fall on that loose football. You want to be bold and daring, but sometimes you got to know when to just take the three. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Might be calling a hot route. Back to pass, it's Ncaa. Out of the backfield, he's open. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Across the 45. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Here comes the heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Carrying the ball with attitude down to the 42. You can hand it to him. You can throw it to him. Either way, he's making his presence felt.
Those are your favorite plays, Reese, the him plays, right? Finding ways to get him the ball because he can make plays, whether it's running or receiving out of the backfield. They're going to continue to highlight this guy.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
Right back to the well. Turning it on. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
Down to the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
They're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Back to pass, it's Ncaa. He's got the back in the middle. Can't get him to the ground. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Well, great job making the tackle there. Now setting up third down in your own red zone. This is a stop you have to come up with. You want to give up field goals in this area of the field, not touchdowns.
They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go.
The Buckeyes line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
He's going for the goal line. They've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. He'll set up to throw. Gets drilled as he throws. The big pressure on fourth down, and they'll get it back.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass. They forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. The Longhorns in a good spot here with second and short. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Makes his man miss. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive. One more snap coming before halftime. Corners are going to bail. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Pressure coming. Can't find a receiver, and down goes the quarterback. A sack to punctuate this first half. Just about set to put toe to leather as we are deadlocked here in the third. Fielded in the end zone. It's Graham. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They'll open this third quarter with a run. Turning on the Jets. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big gain for the offense.
Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
The coaches told us in pregame that they love this back's mixture of speed and power. Listen, he's not the power back all the time, but he's moving so fast that it's hard to get him to the ground.
Oh, they're after him! And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
When you're around midfield, the analytics will tell you so much better to go for it on fourth down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Despite failing earlier on fourth down, they will try again here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
What a big stop for this defense in the second half around midfield. You can set your offense up for success right here on this drive by getting that big fourth down stop.
Looking to throw, it's Manning. Going for the big play. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, the offense taking a shot after getting the takeaway. They're in what's called the fringe area. It's not quite the red zone, but it's a good spot to throw posts, to throw goes, to throw deep corner routes, smash routes. That's exactly what they were thinking that time. Just a little bit off on the throw. Nice play by the defense, but I love the aggressive nature that time. by the O.
And the Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. He'll step out of bounds. He's at the 33-yard line.
Well, that play was designed for that down and distance, right? You saw how he barely got enough to pick up the first. Really nice job by the play caller there, understanding the situation of what play to dial up.
Got room to work. Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Makes the pass. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Complete downfield.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You know, if you want to run the ball up the middle, you're going to have to block that guy. I mean, nobody even touched him, and he slanted right into the backfield, made the tackle for loss.
Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO, and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Here on 3rd down, you might want to protect the field goal, but you have to stay aggressive. To throw, it's Manning. He's got it on the run. Stop at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. How valuable is a tight end in the red area? Now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
I love it. Find the big fella down in the red area. Big target, works the middle of the field, easier throws. Nice job by this offense, keeping it very simple.
Off-play action on 1st down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Touchdown, Texas! And that one will give them the lead.
Well, it's been a defensive war this entire game. You're wondering who can break through. Give this offense a lot of credit. It has not been easy, but they've been physical. They did a really nice job, I think, with play calling there and setting things up. And finally, someone is able to get on the board.
And he tacked on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Graham. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Wants to adjust the pattern. Dropping back, it's Ncaa. Lets it go. Snagged in the middle, it's People. Wide open spaces. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. After that last big gainer, they'll put it in play. 1st and 10 from their own 49. Wants to throw on 1st down. Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
Well, this offense is showing you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Gonna run it. It's Peoples. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Extra point here will tie the game. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 4th. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he's going to try to return this one. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They'll give it to the back. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout.
And if they're going to run the football late in the game in this situation, not that close to scoring zone, they've got to take a timeout here. You've got to make sure you save as much time as possible and communicate with your quarterback.
To the air. It's Manning. Floating away. He'll try to do it himself. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Really good job by this defense. Way to be dialed in and understand. It's a pass, and they're trying to throw the football down the field, and that clock is ticking, but understanding what you're playing against. A guy that can absolutely fly. Nice job closing in on him and getting him on the ground.
Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. They're going back to the ground.
And you got to bang a timeout right here. You've got 2 left. After running the football, save as many seconds as you can to give yourself an opportunity to come back and win this game.
Back to pass on 2nd down. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
And this is a tough spot now to be in for this offense because it's 3rd and long. The defense knows you have to pass the football, so they're going to be playing conservative. So what's your play you can dial up? Maybe get half of this back. Like, I know the clock is ticking, but I got to make sure that I maybe cut this down and make it a more manageable 4th down if I don't complete this 3rd and long.
So in the most crucial decision right now for the offensive coordinator, right? It's a 4th down that you've got to come up with. You're not in field goal range. You need this completion. Where is your best one-on-one matchup on the field right here?
Looking for a push on 4th down. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. To the ground. He's got it again. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Looking for the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Well, this defense is still playing so hard here late in the game in the 4th quarter. Offense taking a shot into the end zone. Defender in incredible position, and he's able to knock that one away incomplete.
Catch in the middle. It's Wingo. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the 1st down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Got enough for the 1st. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the 1st down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
The Longhorns had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Back to throw, it's Manning. Takes the easy one to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. This drive started about the time Walter Camp invented football, but the defense can finally get a stop on 3rd and long. Looking for a crease to the left. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. It's good. Celebration is wild on the sidelines as they've taken the lead in the final seconds.
It is a nerve-wracking feeling as a football player when the game comes down to your kicker. And he has to come through, and Palmer, he comes through with flying colors.
And you know in college football, no field goal is automatic. But there's no college kicker situation here. He drills that right through the uprights. And, David, it looks like his team's getting the dub.
They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's a throw downfield late. And the deep shot was knocked away incomplete, but there is a penalty flag down. Let's get the call. So the offense will have at least one more shot at this after the pass interference penalty gives them an untimed down. To the air, it's Ncaa. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And this defense puts an exclamation point on this one. Brought down after the pick, and time has run out. Needed just a little more distance on the drive. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads. Hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the 4th quarter.
Welcome to Caesars Superdome, home of the Saints here in New Orleans. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started.
Whoa. Oh, okay, I got you. Shit, you same shit. I don't know what you talking about. You 9-3. Shit.
Kickoff team on the field, ready to start this postseason classic.
Texas.
Shit, me too.
On the move from inside his 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return.
I gotta win this one. Hey, Quan, I gotta win this one. They in the dome. You know what I'm saying? We in New Orleans.
They'll go to the ground. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32.
You said what now?
Fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go
No, up
such a
northern.
long way
Up
in
northern,
deciding
further, like 5 hours, what, 4 hours? About 4 hours from New Orleans.
With those guards and those centers owning the line of scrimmage and getting running backs on the ground.
Looking to throw, it's Ncaa. Under fire. Grabbed in the middle, it's Peoples. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. And the Buckeyes moving quickly to the line. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Bringing it back. The tag.
We're looking through the same time.
One drive, right? You got to put this behind you. It isn't going to open up.
Sam, it ain't no way you can dress that shit up, Sam. It ain't no way you can dress that shit up, Sam.
Settle down and figure out the game plan for the rest of the game.
The Longhorns will try to
not
put
your
one
dude.
on the board on 1st and goal. They'll move the tight end. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Well, you can't get momentum in a game any better than they just did. Defensively, you get the turnover. Right away, your offense
Nigga went over there and picked you clean, didn't it?
Deep, you hit it for a touchdown. They've got a lot of explosive playmakers on this offense. You saw it
Ain't
right
trying to do
there.
that.
Texas.
Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23.
Monroe. That nigga shot a tall ass too. So you gonna block this.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Nice move, create some space.
Block him.
Big
Coming
pickup
down
on the
here, we
ground
gonna
here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40.
Yeah, we gonna go get him too, since we want to bring him up. We'll block him
They're
too.
going to go right back to him on
Whoop him
1st down.
again.
Stetson still on his feet. He puts one passes across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
Well, you see a great individual effort there that time, and you can see the skills this guy has. And he just
All the powerhouse
reminds me
teams won, but we got the weakest
of
offensive
great
line.
Ohio State backs we've seen in the past, right? You think of Archie Griffin and his 2 Heisman trophies, Izzy
No, I'm talking about
J.K. Dobbins. This
game.
guy right here with his skill set, he's got the
Yeah.
chance to be the next.
And then the dude we got is good. He ain't got no badge.
The Buckeyes.
That nigga ain't got not a damn badge.
Gets the back moving. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And some room to work. There he goes. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes. That running back just had a carry
There's not very many times at home, Reese, where I'm going to say that everybody watching on their couch could have scored on that play. This is one of them.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. To the air, it's Manning. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. That type of pressure on the quarterback, that's vintage Ohio State, right in keeping with the legacy that's been established by the Buckeye team.
Yeah, you take pride in that. You own that legacy. With all those guys you see performing at a high level in the NFL, man, you see that, you want to go get it, recruiting guys to fit those profiles. That's why Ohio State always has a good defense.
Fine play action. Bringing the heat. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Makes the grab deep.
Yeah, I'm out to the dog at your ass.
Pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one as the tackle is finally made. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line.
Get a good one off for the rest. I ain't gonna lie though. 3 minutes make you think that diabolical to the fifth though. I ain't gonna lie too.
First play of the period, first down here. Defense looks like they're about to bring the house. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He's got it. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Now the play fake. Rushes on him. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock it down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Oh shit!
Guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong.
Man, nigga need a show or something.
And the Longhorns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's Manning. Shoots it to the left. Finds his open man. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line and a big pickup on that one. The Longhorns didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout.
They got the giggle buzz, don't you?
And the Longhorns started this drive backed up in their
Oh,
own
they tickling my niggas
now
on the
they
corner?
moved into position to score.
That's crazy. You said, all right, she started laughing again, goddamn. Hold up, man.
And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D-linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover,
That nigga snuck you.
tackle backs in the open field.
That nigga that live with
Quite
you.
a bit of work to do on third down from the 23, and this team would love to force a field goal try. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout.
Man, that's pick six. That's pick six.
Third down.
On that third down. They took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on fourth.
It's fourth down, and they'll try the field goal.
Just think you bullshit.
To use its first time out of the half. The holder's going to line it up right at the 30. This will be a 40-yard field goal attempt. The Longhorns will try to move the chains on fourth down. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Looking left. He's got it. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone. They'll have it first and goal. They're moving quickly after that big fourth down conversion. Clock will roll when the ball is set. Slams it ahead. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the back.
He gets it in. Touchdown, Texas. And these guys just score from anywhere out there. After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
And they did tack on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Nice job executing all of the assignments. They put us up to the turn at the 22. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
Get on me, Daniel. Daniel, get on me, Daniel.
They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. The Buckeyes racing to the line in the hurry-up.
We got to reach out and touch that area. We got to reach out and touch. We got to reach out and touch that area.
And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the running back has it. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get much. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And the Buckeyes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Here's a heat. Nowhere to go. He goes at the 39. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They'll try to convert on 4th and long after giving up that big sack. They'll run play action. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. It's complete. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to throw on first down. Much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. They'll use use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. The Buckeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Pocket breaking down. They get to him as he throws. Oh, it's picked off. Takes it the other way. Running inside the 20. Touchdown Longhorn! The defense gets it done with a huge interception return. Look, I know it's only the 2nd quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. The Buckeyes will kick it away first, and we'll start the 2nd half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Nah, they say your shit tripping. Away.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move.
Back there. They still look at
Not much doing downfield. He found his parents open in the stands and threw it to him.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the 2nd half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the 2nd half.
Really good coverage by this defense. They were aware of everyone on the field and including the running back. A lot of times those guys get lost in the shuffle, but they saw him. They knew the ball was going to him. They braked on it, did a good job, and got in his face just enough to cause him to lose some focus and drop that football.
Looking for a man. It's Manning. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
This offense did a lot of good things there in the 1st half. Wouldn't surprise me if they punt this one away after that incompletion on 3rd down. They do have the lead. I think you've got to put some trust in your defense here. Not give up any points and get you the ball back.
They punted away on 4th down. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Here's the handoff. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. And the Buckeyes want to move quickly.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
I'll tell you, this running back, he's running behind an offensive line that is playing in unison right now, doing a great job communicating pre-snap. They're getting hats on hats in the run game.
Bring that shit back.
Lining up from the 34 on first down.
Go back to E3
Out of the gun, the inside kid. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football. And I think if you're an offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it when you're trailing. Right? You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner? Taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first.
I mean, don't get me wrong, a lot of rap moves roll too.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far,
anyway,
the second half, defense picking up where it left off.
On fourth down, looking to pass. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. The decision to go for it does not
he just went 6 or something.
Big time drop right there for fourth down. Opportunity to catch it, maybe get the first down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him. So we're going to need you later on. I still believe it.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. It seems like on every snap, he is right in the quarterback's grill. Second sack of the day, and maybe Joey Bosa and Chase Vernon Golston better watch out. There could be a new single-season sack record at some point.
And when you mention those guys, when you watch the game, they always had their imprint on the game. They always dominated football games, and this guy's dominating the football game, single-handedly making that quarterback have to think, where is that guy? We better block him because he keeps hitting.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep.
Of course, Steve.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And he is brought down, but what a way to finish this quarter with the pick. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw. It's saying. There's the pressure.
They let him grab that floated there.
Another interception. His